All right, hey, good morning, everybody. I got my cool cop shades on, and my gravelly just woken up voice, and I think I'm probably getting sick too. So that's nice. That's gonna be pleasant. Um, Whatever it is that you fuckers have gone out and let become super bugs because you have to like wipe everything down with with your lotions and your terrified hankies. So there's this guy, I guess, and you know what? Once again, I'm walking into this with not knowing the full story, so I'm just going to tell the story from the very, very top level and then go from there. Because if I have to get into the minutia of it, I'll probably fucking throw up. How about that? So apparently I saw something on CNN that the Broward County sheriff is disgusted with one of his deputies who did, or no, it was the guy, the school resource officer. We had one of those guys who didn't run in with his gun and protect the students on the day of this Florida shooting. Yeah, you know what? That's nice, and this guy is gonna like go down as like one of history's biggest cowards, and it's not his friggin' fault. I mean, it is to a certain extent. I mean, but I don't know if this guy was a young guy or an old guy or what. But probably, he probably wasn't as well. I mean, he wasn't like a Navy SEAL. He was just some dude who was trained to shoot guns.
He's an actual police officer.
Yeah, okay, but hang on. Okay, he's an actual police officer.
Yes, he's not like just a school resource officer. He's an actual police officer.
That's fine. It doesn't change anything.
Yes, it does.
I mean, it does, but I'm getting to it. Thank you, though, for clearing that up. So he's an actual police officer. Just because you have a badge doesn't make you the bravest person in the world. Doesn't change the fact that you were brought up. If he's a millennial, he's still a millennial. He's brought up like a millennial. And just because he has a gun doesn't mean that he's invincible. And he knows that. Do you want to weigh in on this?
Yeah, then don't be a police officer.
It's a little late after the fact. That's like Monday morning quarterbacking, right? But you're fine. I'm not going to defend this guy. I'm talking about the bigger problem. I really am not defending this guy. Because you had a responsibility and you didn't rise up to your responsibility, which is wrong. What I am saying, though, is that the society that we've created has created such a scary frickin' situation that even people who are cops, who are trained, are afraid to go into the situation. Okay? You think that there's going to be like a teacher who's got a couple of like nights on the range during the week who's going to be able to like deal with this when it happens? This situation that we've created because of your fucking gun culture, because of our fucking, like, the whole thing with this, like, the toys and the hobbies that these guys are doing, that they're just, like, so obsessed and fetishize these guns into becoming these things that are so much, like, godlike extensions of their arms that they think they're invincible. You just created this thing that where there's no... You can't even walk into it. Trained people are scared to deal with it. And they should be. So that's it. We got to take it away. We got to take the guns away because they're not helping the situation. And we can't add more guns to it because that's not going to help the situation. And you know that just the first thing that's going to happen is like some stupid teacher is going to pop it off in their leg, showing it off to the class. Ha, look what I got. Pow. And it's going to be like a nightmare. Or they're going to shoot a student, or a student's going to steal it and shoot somebody, or something's going to happen. It's going to be this fascinating thing. Nobody's going to be sitting in class thinking, okay, what about this history test next week? They're going to be thinking, there's a gun in a holster with a little security rig right under Mr. Mapleson's desk. And I know where it is, I think. And that's what everybody in the class is going to be thinking the whole time. You know how kids are? Jesus Christ, we're so stupid. This whole thing is so dumb. And we're going about it the wrong way. And it's just unbelievable. But the guy who didn't run in, yeah, you know what? Dude, you should not have become a police officer if when the time came, you were not prepared to put yourself. And that's going to happen in any job, you know? Dude, you are not, when the time comes to actually do your job, like, you think every fucking security guard at the mall is going to be the guy who is going to, like, you know, tackle the shoplifter? No, it's just, that's not how people are. I mean, there are just a lot of, like, goofy, lazy people who do jobs thinking that there's a very small chance that I'll ever have to deal with this shit. And that's probably what this guy was counting on. And then it came to be his time to shine, and he didn't do it. And so that sucks, and he sucks. And now he's got to face that, live with that shame for the rest of his life. I don't know if he feels like if has to live down like 17 lives or whatever it is, but it's pretty crappy regardless. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the whole thing about that. It's just, you know, we're not doing it right. We just got to take the guns. I mean, we just got to take all the guns that aren't absolutely necessary and just start over. That's it. I mean, we're not going to do it, but that's what we got to do. And then people would be whining and complaining, but enough people would, like, you know, that's it. We would have to get our knuckles bloody. We would have to, like, some people would have to get killed in order to show the other people that we're not messing around. And then once they saw that, they'd be like, okay, fine, it's not worth it. And then we would get all the guns, and then we would slowly reintroduce the guns back into society in a rational way. We just fucked it up for so long. There's just no way to solve it in the current situation. So once again, nobody's going to hear this. Nobody cares. But here's me being the smartest guy in the world, and nobody gives a shit. I'll see you in the funny papers.